Hey everybody, hope you're doing well today. It's Eric from the MMG and we are checking out the Settlers New Allies. This is the brand new Settlers game from Ubisoft. Long running series. I mean, I don't even know what number we'd be on if they were back to numbering the letters. I think like, what, 6 or 7 or 8 or something? I don't even know. Anyways, New Settlers is here. It's got three different versions, or two different versions you can buy. You can buy the standard edition for $59.99 directly from the Ubisoft store, or the deluxe edition, which is $79.99. You can also play it on the Ubisoft Plus, which is their gaming as a platform service. You pay $15 a month. You can get access to it right now. If you've never done Ubisoft Plus and if you've never really did any of the games, it's going to be a great deal for you because they have a nice library of games to play. Division 2 has been a long time favorite of mine. It's in there. Let's get into the Settlers New Alliance. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I do want to mention I'm kind of new to the series. I never deep dived into a Settlers game. I played bits and pieces of them here and there, and I can't even tell you what versions of the games I played. It just one would come out and look interesting. I'd play it for a little bit. My problem is I have a hard time sticking to single player games. Now this Settlers does have versus multiplayer and a story and all that, but yeah, it's just not a game that I normally deep dive myself. So definitely treat me as a newbie to the series as we get going here in the game. So let's check it out. I'm going to I'm going to make this a quick review where I highlight some of the things I like about the game, maybe some of the things I don't like about the game, and kind of wrap this up in a nice under 10-minute video. So let's get to it. Alright, so first we're going to talk about the graphics. It's something they talked about in the description of the game, highlighting the new graphics for Settlers. This is what they look like. It is very beautiful. I have no issues with it. This is on max settings for the graphical side of things. It looks fine to me. It doesn't wow me in any means. It kind of almost what I would call I expected for this type of game. A little softer. Kind of reminds me of like Nintendo Switch graphics, right? Instead of being more realistic, they kind of go with more of a softer tone, easier to render, not so many animations, stuff like that. Alright, I do want to mention this game does have some good cinematics in between when you do different parts, or when you're learning about something new. It'll cut into a scene with usually some people talking to each other, or continuing the story on, and those are really well done. What I like so far that's different about Settlers than some other games of this type is the buildings all have a direction they face, and you have to have a road connected to it for the building to function. A lot of times, that's not the case. And it can be annoying when you're first doing it, and you don't understand it, because you have to actually connect a road to it, otherwise your building's not working. The other thing that I like is there is like a whole area or land claiming system where you use your people, like I just claimed this land right here, right here, with my guys. We're doing it right now. And so I can't actually build anything here until I actually get it claimed. And that's what I'm working on there. Normally, you just keep building to expand, and when you build something there, you basically own it. This game has a different system for that. It does also have an underground or a survey feature, which lets you look for veins underground for engineers to mine. So that's kind of cool. There's also like an exploration unit, and there's a bunch of other. This is still early on, but so far I'm just kind of picking out some of the things I like that is different about the games. It's really easy. Like when you're starting out, it has you build a logging camp, but it's really easy to deforest the area quickly. And then like this one, that's what's wrong with this one. There's no reachable deposits in your territory now, because I couldn't build in the middle of the woods. I had to build on the edge here, and then they cleared out all these trees. Now they can't actually reach this. So I was actually running out of wood at first, because that's what it tells you to build. That, and then you also make a sawmill, which converts your logs into lumber, which is great until you need actual logs, and then you're out. And so the higher up building right here, the forester, actually plants and cuts them down for logs. So this is really the unit that you want to get to pretty quickly, because you're going to be going through your wood at a very, very fast pace. Now there is like up here, I got a really nice woods right here. And so this forester still has a lot of wood together. So if you can get a good area, having a logging camp there is fine. It's got a lot of resources. But if you only have a small area like I had over here, you're going to run out very, very quickly. And I recommend that you do the forester here. Alright, so I'm about to show you one of the cinematics I was talking about earlier.
Meru Ana, and welcome. You must be the envoys I was told about. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Princess Ajala of the Meru, eldest daughter of the Great Queen, and rightful heiress to the throne.
Alright, so here's what combat looks like in Settlers. We are doing the final battle here for the Act 1. Pretty basic combat, really. I mean, for this style of game, it works well. You know, archers in the back, heavy infantry in front. There's towers, you can blow up buildings and stuff. You know, pretty standard for this style of game. Alright, that wraps up our quick look at the Settlers' new allies. Pretty standard game. They've done a good job. It ran really well for me. I like the way it looks and the way it feels. It has a full campaign you can play through with a lot of campaign, different acts and stuff like that. So there is a story there. It does have some multiplayer if you want to do some skirmishes and stuff. So if it's something you're interested in, I highly recommend you check it out. Thanks for watching and have yourself a great day.